Through their financial careers, the top investors have a history of generating returns that have crushed the market. The investors who believed in them succeed, and they reap the rewards. The most well-known investor of all is likely Warren Buffett. Charlie Munger is essential to Warren Buffett. The track record of Charlie Munger as an investor speaks for itself. Fifth is discipline. The importance of adhering to one's goals is emphasized by Charlie Munger's investment approach. There is only one personality that triumphs in the stock market, and that personality is a winning personality. Tough times test not only your ability, but also your personality, determining whether you are a winner or a loser. Anyone who maintains an honest and orderly routine in an ethic business approach will unquestionably empower a significant amount of wealth in terms of cash, information, structure, and other resources. This is the reason that, regardless of whether they are a trader or investor, a person needs to discipline themselves in a way that brings about enough tranquility despite the on and off situations in the stock market. Simple solutions that don't require a lot of work are what we prefer. Are you drawn to the contemporary equivalent of an elderly hustler selling a panacea? On the other hand, that is not how the world works. Self-control comes from a choice. Depending on your background and current problems, you might need to work harder to develop self-control. However, the good news is that self-discipline can be developed. If you can put some aspects of your life on autopilot, you'll have more time and energy to tackle the challenging tasks. When you create habits in your life, you develop self-discipline. Self-control creates habits that make it simpler to stay on track. Follow your dreams is number 4. Finding a position that allowed Charlie Munger to utilize all of his skills took him a while. Before joining Berkshire Hathaway, he co-founded his own law firm. However, while he was there, he saw his clients making investment decisions that he believed could have been made better. Knowing your advantages and strengths can help you make specific investment decisions. He and Warren Buffett only invest in businesses that they understand, have a knack for, and have a competitive advantage over. You're more likely to succeed at anything if you have a natural interest in it. Charlie Munger asserts that a genuine interest in the subject is necessary for success. Munger remembers that while I can force myself to do a lot of things fairly well, I was unable to excel in anything in which I had no strong interest. Consequently, you want to engage in activities that truly interest you. Why would you pick a field where you have no advantage or even a disadvantage over one where you have a clear advantage or compelling interests? Following your passion can frequently make the biggest difference of all, even though having strong values, talents, ambitions, intellect, discipline, persistence, and luck all play a part in business and career success. Success is better defined as achieving a specific objective or purpose. More than fame or fortune, the majority of people desire stable employment that allows them to pursue their potential interests. It is a difficult concept to define success because your returns decrease as your output increases. The third, take notes of your errors. Munger argues that it's how you handle failure that counts. In contrast to average leaders, high performers are not afraid of making mistakes. They are aware that being on the cutting edge occasionally entails problems. When you concentrate on growing from your mistakes, progress is encouraged. Munger takes pride in his capacity to manage his failures and asserts that he has mastered the art of letting go and minimizing his losses. He asserts that mistakes are unavoidable no matter how much you learn. You will lose if you play it safe to the extent that you are unable to make a mistake and learn from it. Every great thinker in history has never made the right decision the first time. Making errors shows that you are improving. Lack of movement results in stagnation, which destroys itself. If you don't learn from your errors, you'll eventually become extinct. Focus on how you will solve a problem in the long and short term when mistakes are made. Everyone is susceptible to errors because we are all human. Frequently used underestimate the necessity of changing their outlooks from one of improvement to one of expansion. When you mess up, shift your attention from honing your kill to the more important objective of having a richer life by learning more. To do this, take into account the bigger picture of your life's objectives in relation to your failures. This can help you view your mistakes more realistically and show that they probably aren't as serious as you initially thought. This will help you move past the loss, reaffirm your goals, and keep moving forward. Even though you can't go back and fix your mistakes, you can decide how to handle them. It's important to recognize that mistakes are inevitable and that learning through experience is a typical part of human growth. You will start to develop as soon as you acknowledge your error, make the required effort to determine what went wrong, and accept responsibility for it. Second, unlearn. A wise person is one who constantly modifies their opinion. You must do the same thing if something does not hold up or if a stronger case can be made. This is what Charlie Munger means when he talks about your ideas being quickly destroyed. You should consistently consider the argument on both sides. If you can't state the counterarguments better than your opponent, it's bad to have a strong opinion. Keep an open mind and remember that you might be wrong at any time. If you can do this, you will improve as a thinker. You're also open to trying out new strategies for problems. If you have a closed mind, you will always approach problems in a one-dimensional manner. Every problem seems to have a hammer-wielding person nailed to it. This way of thinking will frequently work against you, so you should keep an open mind, take into account various points of view, and be willing to change your mind. The fact that the most successful business leaders in the world introduced something new to the table, whether through innovation or disruption, is arguably their most common trait. If you follow exactly what everyone else does, you'll get the same outcomes. This implies that regardless of how good or bad your Glock is, if you act average, you'll be average as well. If you want to depart from the norm, you must be distinctive, different, and accurate. If you want to stand out from the crowd, you must do both. Unlearning involves confronting and destroying ingrained patterns of thought, behavior, and response. Unlearning is a major adjustment that can completely alter one's viewpoint. When someone who has always considered breakfast to be crucial to the day learns about intermittent fasting, they start to reevaluate all their eating habits. First place, read numerous books. Charlie claims that reading is the secret to his success. When he has a book in his hands, he never feels like he is idly passing the time. Charlie Munger reads like it's nothing. It comes naturally to him. Maintaining your learning is the only way to become intelligent. If you can learn to always have a book nearby, you'll be way ahead of most people. While they're posting selfies to social media, you're taking in the knowledge of tens of thousands of different authors on a variety of topics. Always keep a book by your bedside. Even if you've had a busy day, try to read at least one page every day. Every day offers the chance to broaden your knowledge and increase your awareness of the world around you. As an entrepreneur, you must adapt to this mindset because the business world is constantly changing and developing. Otherwise, growth would not be possible. Fortunately, there are lots of regular activities that can support a student's mindset development. Spend about 30 minutes each morning reading the most read blog post. Another choice is to keep a notebook and, at the end of each day, jot down 2 or 3 random thoughts. If you stick with it, thinking like a student all day long will come naturally. The lessons he has imparted over the course of his illustrious career are applicable in every circumstance. The ability to reason, invent, be modest, and maintain a student attitude are some of the most important traits for long-term success as an entrepreneur.